Hi everyone, this is a video on how to do the two-step equations section of the concept quiz that you guys took yesterday on Thursday. So remember, they're called two-step equations because it should only take 2 steps to actually finish and get x by itself. So looking at our problem, remember our goal is to get x alone. So I don't want to do anything to this negative 16 over here. It's already away from x. Okay, don't make more work for yourself. I'm going to draw a line right down the middle with my equal sign. Let's look for like terms. Well, negative 16 is by itself, so I can't do anything with that. 8 and negative 3x, are those like terms? Do they both have x or do they both not have x? No, they're not like terms, so please don't do 8 minus 3 and make it negative 5 or negative 5x. You can't do that. So there's no like terms. Now I got to start moving things across the equal sign to get away from x. Okay? Remember we talked about we want to do things that are farther away from x, so not the thing that's attached to it. So I'm going to deal with that 3 after I deal with the 8. Now it's a positive 8. Really it's being added to this 3x because it's a positive 8. I know there's no sign in front of it, but this negative is attached to the 3. So how do I get rid of 8? By subtracting 8. Remember, whatever I do to one, gotta do to the other. Okay, these are gonna go away because 8 minus 8 is 0. Negative 16 minus 8, that's really like negative 16 plus negative 8. Remember in our adding and subtracting negative section, we talked about that. So it's really like plus a negative. So negative 16 and negative 8 together make negative 24. This equal sign is still right in the middle. And now I have negative 3x left over on that side. Now remember, I know there's a negative sign here, but that does not mean subtraction. So please don't add this. It's not x minus 3. That's not what it's saying. It's right next to it, which really means times or multiplied. Well, how do you undo multiplication? By dividing. I want to get rid of this negative 3, which means I got to take the whole number with me. I'm not trying to do the opposite here with the sign. The opposite was the multiplying and dividing. Whatever I do to one side, got to do to the other. So make it divide by negative 3 on that side. Those are going to go away. Still have x over here, so don't cross him out. He's still there. Negative 24 divided by negative 3. Those negatives become a positive, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So x really equals positive 8 for that answer. Second one over here, again, remember, our goal is to get x by itself, so please don't try and move that negative 9. Don't try and add it to either side. You're just making more work for yourself. And also remember, we try and deal with the things, first of all, that are like terms. So let's check. Okay, are x divided by negative 2 and 6, are those like terms? No. One has an x, one doesn't, so you can't put them together. And then from there we want to deal with things that are farther from x. So I don't want to deal with this negative 2 yet. I want to deal with the added 6 part. Well, how do I undo adding 6? By subtracting 6. Whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I got to do to the other, so please don't put it here under the x. That's on the same side. That doesn't balance the equation. So make sure you do it over here. 6 minus 6 cancels out, and I have x divided by negative 2 still over on the left. Negative 9 minus 6 is the same thing as negative 9 plus negative 6. Negative plus a negative equals negative 15. Last thing I want to do is get rid of this dividing. That's what that little bar means, dividing by negative 2. What's the opposite of dividing? Multiplying. I want to get rid of this whole number, so I'm going to multiply by negative 2 because dividing by negative 2 and multiplying by negative 2 cancel out. But whatever I do to one side, got to do to the other side. So if I multiplied by negative 2 over here, got to do it over here. Still have x on the left. Negative 15 times negative 2 becomes positive 30 for our final answer. Okay, those are the steps that you have to follow. There really aren't multiple ways to do this kind of equation. two-step equations, there's only one way to do it. So if you didn't do it that way, please make sure to correct your work. And if you're still unsure, you're still confused, please ask a teacher, because this is stuff you're going to see for every math class following. Okay, you're always going to see this type of stuff. So hopefully that helped with any problems you had some confusion on.